Dozens and dozens of reports emerged in October, November, December of 1965, making it very, very clear to all Western governments that the Indonesian army was embarked on a campaign of extermination against its unarmed civilian opponents. In early October, Army contacts with General Nasution informed the embassy that 150 members of the PKI had been executed in Jakarta alone by October 7th by West Java military commander General Aji. Similar reports emerged of the mass murders then underway in Medan and Aceh. By late October, reports were reaching the embassy of mass attacks against supporters of the PKI in East, West, and Central Java. A U.S. military advisor who had returned from Bandung, about 2 hours from Jakarta, reported that villagers were, and I quote, clearing out PKI members and affiliates and turning them over to the army for arrest or execution. A few weeks later, the U.S. Embassy cabled the State Department that RPK-ED forces in Central Java under Sarwo Edi's command were, quote, providing Muslim youth with training and arms and will keep them out in front against the PKI. While the army was arresting PKI leaders for interrogation, the embassy reported smaller fry are being systematically arrested and jailed or executed. In North Sumatra and Aceh, a few days later, the U.S. Embassy received a report stating that, quote, youth organizations and anti-communist elements are engaged in a systematic drive to destroy the PKI, with wholesale killings reported. The specific message from the army is that it is seeking to, quote, finish off the PKI. On November 13th, Police Information Chief Colonel Budi Juwono reported, and I quote, from 50 to 100 PKI members are being killed every night in East and Central Java by civilian anti-communist groups with the blessings of the army. 3 days later, Pemuda Pancasila members, described by the U.S. Embassy as bloodthirsty, informed the consulate in Medan that they intended to kill every PKI member that they can get their hands on. This goes on and on for many weeks. On November 14th, an American missionary told the U.S. Embassy of the massacre of 3,400 PKI activists by Ansor youth militia leaders at Kediri in East Java. U.S. consular officials in Medan concluded that, quote, even accounting for exaggerations, a reign of terror is taking place in Central and East Java. Later in November, the CIA reported that former PKI members in Central Java were being shot on sight by the army. Missionaries in East Java told the consulate in Surabaya in late November that 15,000 alleged PKI members have been killed in the East Javanese city of Tulungagung alone. Even discounted for exaggerations, the consulate reported a systematic and widespread slaughter was taking place. In early December, this is before the mass murders began in Bali, where more than 80,000 people were killed. In early December, General Ahmad, the newly appointed chief of Koti's economic staff, told the U.S. military attaché Willis Ethel that he estimated that over 100,000 people have been killed in North Sumatra and East and Central Java alone.